Ois Vov. Geshem wie es Vater zegt die drei Knullers bei Merna Sechel Chadash Kanal Siv Gimel. As we explained in Siv Gimel, there's three Knullers in learning something new. First you have to have the bittul, the kli, and then the idea is to get to the actual Sechel of the Rav, eventually. So, Azei, this is Reich and Mikol Shekim, a Kavachemer, and it's Retzach wegen Ederin, die ganze Metzias von einem Menschen, bis zum Machen von ihm Metzias Chadash. So when it speaks about making a person a new entity, so how much more so you need to have these three Tnuas. Azei is Eich min Yonenu ben Yigeh Tziyin, Azei leide al Am Yisrael. Was die Gemara Schlimmes von dem ist, wenn Tavden, also the Kim Laharzeh, and also base, verbunden mit die drei Nyanim. So, how much more so this comes to the birth of Am Yisrael, which when does the Am Yisrael, the leader of Am Yisrael, when is it complete? When the Yidden come to Mount Torah. So, you have to have these three tenuas as well. Aleph, as Yidden soll kein Nemen Torah darf bei See sein Tavden, an Avedi Vigia, zum Wandel sein sehr friedige Zier, was ist benagert zu Torah, und Tavden wir bei this Ebed, was tut sein Arbeit mit Bittul Kabbalah. So first thing is, the Yid has to have the idea of Tavden, of working. And the Aveda Niyah has to be in a way of the Mimavatal Tzir, which is opposing Torah. It has to be in a way of Tavden, working like an Eved, like a servant, which has to be totally with Bittul Kabbalah. So because in order to receive Torah, you have to have the Nasa before the Nishma. However, so that's the first Aveda, the Aveda of Bittul. Base, then you have Lidach Yisa as the Tavden, nicht in an Eifen, berechtigt Metzias von den Yidden Adrama. Das Gufa is the Etzem von seinem Metzias. Then you have the serving, but it's not that you're breaking your own entity, your Metzias. It's like Alderech, Duggan, was Shimon Gamliel, Zot, as he's on Nit Chaitzes, it's like fish. Which, when a person goes to mikveh, a fish, even though fish could be swimming around, or it's not considered a chatzitza. Why? Because a fish is one with the water. So just like a water is not a chatzitza, a fish as well. So the same with a Yid. A Yid's whole Metzias is Teda, it's like a fish in water. Omi Chazal Zagan, and as Pirkovis says, the Teda is the Chanemir von Tavden, von Avdus. As Chazal say that the true person, the person who's really free, is somebody who's learning Teda. Now, Teda is also Avdus. You're working. It's a big Aveda. It's a big Achrais. Well, the Emes HaTeva Abriya von Ayin is to turn to the Mitzvah and Mishnah and you reach the Shamash Eskeni. Because the Emes Mitzvah of a Yid, what is it created for? Is for Torah Mitzvahs. As it says, my whole creation was all for Torah Mitzvahs. When a Yid is not Mekayim Torah Mitzvahs Rachmana Litzlan, is Choshna is Eim Zet Ois, as is frei on Ayoch, und as is Eim as a geringer wie wenn wollte ja Mekayim gewinnt Torah Mitzvahs. Weil aber as das 411 nicht ab die Torah Mitzvahs Chas Rashom, Sebech, wie es Vater sein Emerson mit Hos V'Teva, sein Ehe von Aveda Sapelach. Now, when a Yid is not Mekayim Torah Mitzvahs, even though he looks like he's free from his complaint, from his yoke, and it looks like it's easier for him without the Torah Mitzvahs, but since when a Yid is conducting himself apiteda, since it's on the contrary what his teva and mahus is, so that's Aveda Saperach. And the Rebbe gives an example. The Gemara says, "Al derech ma'amer Chazal, Aveda Saperach means melechas anoshim l'noshim, melechas anoshim l'anoshim." It's like, what is backbreaking labor? The Gemara says, "It's a man doing a woman's Aveda, like by Mitzrayim, and vice versa. That's backbreaking work. Chashti Malacha is the Chiragring, yeah? Says by Anoshim I have this Pesach. So I a man is doing easier avodah. He's doing woman's work, but because it's against his nature, for him it's this Pesach. Therefore, this is not late there because it's not according to their nature. Dafka when this is done, the tavdun is there an emes mechira. And dafka when he works, then this is considered emes mechira. Then you have, so that's the second tenuah. It's not to be mevatel the metzias, but to bring Torah mitzvahs, which is your entire Torah metzias. Then you have Gimel durch man Torah hat sich aufgetan als Schinisch Leberich in Jeden. So there is the Tavdun von the Jeden, was the Chere an Aveda mit der Agbal, let the Agbal von der Metzias, is between Musa and Aveda was verbunden mit dem Nesen at der Mila Echer from the Agbal. Then you have through man Torah accomplished a Schinisch Leberich by Jeden, which is not connected, which is not limited by because it's connected to Torah mitzvahs, which is higher than any limitation. Now the Rebbe says in page 76, and thus seien die drei Neven. These are the three names of Pesach. You have Chag Matzah, Melcher Sinim, and Chag Pesach. What does that mean? Matzah weist of Bittel, Heder Hagbav is Nasa. So Matzah shows on nullification, the opposite of arrogance. Gersino weist, wie der Bittel wird aufgenommen in der Metzies von Ayidem Beifin, als es hört sich an in dem, den Emes Inge von Geres Kanal, und hat in dem a Geschmack. So first thing you have is the Matzah, which is Bittel. Then you have the Gersino, the freedom, which that shows, which that shows that the Bittel of a Yid accomplished the Metzies by the Metzies of the Yid. What's his Emes Hersheno is Teda. Pesach is Lashon Diluk, and Pesach is from the terminology of skipping over. The Diluk Shlei B'Edach was this Yivedig Amuzayim by Yid. It's not a Diluk Shlei B'Edach was the Kumul Ma'ala by Yitzis Mitzar Ma'an Teda. There's no Arizgate from Zerag Bolas, but Sukum to Das was the Shlei B'Edach Hecha from Zerag. And then you have the way of what's Pesach. Pesach means skipping over. There's a skipping over Shleil F'Erech L'Aveda, which that's higher than any Hagbalas to come, because through a person's bittul, then connecting with his Mitzvah, he's able to get the level much higher. Shleil F'Erech. Zayin, from the Heidos davon an Avedis Hashem P'nien. What's one of the Avedis? One of the Heidos. Is Aveda because research is Yidok Kabbalas Avedis Evet. Where the Aveda darf nicht getan werden mit Atzvos Chasashom Rishfried Ribal as Ba'am Klon Tzadikim. No. The Rishas Aveda because researchers, we know, is Kabbalas Avedis Evet. But not in the way of Atzvos and breaking. Seidner hat aufgestellt, a Messach of Mavel Mechitza was damals da verfriert. So reference the Shabbat Klippers say they first sleep if a person has put up like a barrier between him and the Eibishter Rachman al-Atzlan, she has to break it. He has to break the clippers, like the Alter says in Tanya. The Lushim is Avatzman is a Tatne Shvida. When it comes to holiness, there's no breaking. Das was darf sein die Tenua. When we read this for living Ishmael, we're doing the Mitzvah Guf and Nevisha Bahamas. If there has to be any breaking, that's only Mitzvah the animal's soul. This is an Shel Chafasham ala Adam. Stan is der Leben nicht, aber das Nafshei and Nefesh von Gurus Kedushas Mervatel Zer Shtitu. Because when they are Chasashon ruling over their person, which then there's which then yeah, but Leben nicht, but is Nafshei, so that's Mervatel Mitzad Nefesh Alikis, Tok de Shvida, Mitzad Nefesh Alikis, there's no breaking, nor Simcha. As if the Hezber in them Sipper. Maltadem is given as silver tabak pushka on a decal. Maltadem had like a snuff box, which didn't have a cover on it. Well, then, glanzigen decal had the Maltadem genutzt, if to Mechavas and Sol Shabadish, as is all Zayn Punkt emitting. So Maltadem used that like a mirror to make sure that his Tfil Shabadish is mamash in the middle of the head, between the eyes. Shas Mahad Vegan Dem. That befährt zum Mafzadik. Ois drickendig. Sich, als der Alter Rebbe hat abgebrochen dem Deckel von dem Pushka. So when they were speaking, that's a Masedek that the Alter Rebbe broke the Pushka, that's a Masedek of them gesehen, gesagt, als der See des Ingen ist nicht gewähnt zu brechen. The Alter Rebbe is, the Masedek said, and the Alter Rebbe, that the Alter Rebbe doesn't break things. Hat nicht gebrochen. Aber Stamm ist der Deckel gewähnt mechuber zu der Pushka mit der Chut, and so said that there is going to put them over. It says Mustam, this snuff box had like a hinge or something that connected it, and that's what he took off. Well, seemingly, Frieda van Alter Rebbe volt opgebrochen dem Deckel. It says doch gewend Hashem ki mitzvos. Niet dat een verschweren voor zich. Now, even if the Alter Rebbe sort of broke it, it's all breaking for the same mitzvah. So what's the big deal? The union in them is a Kedushim Zeratzmas, Ibrigo Hevim Token, union for Shvira. But when it comes to Kedusha, there's no union of breaking. The fires, right? So I said again, Borer, as the Alter Rebbe had Zicher nit opgebracht dem Deckel. So the Alter Rebbe was certain that someone said it was certain, Alter Rebbe didn't break. And the Rebbe after Bittel, Kabal Sil, was Monzich, als the issues are with, and they're with it, for never should the case go for it. Zij met de smaak en achayes wissen, because this is the emes of Chedus, and that's why, when it comes to the bittul kabal sil, inside the nefesh of the kiss, everything has to be done with the shmak, with the chayes, knowing the emes of Chedus of a yid, of a yid is Torah.